Jack Mallers' Strike rolls out Bitcoin buys, going head to head with Coinbase. Until recently, all you could buy on Strike was Lightning Satoshis, but now you can buy real Bitcoin for no fees at all. Coinbase, in comparison, charges up to 4% to buy Bitcoin. Jack Mallers, founder and CEO of Strike, says that the company is throwing a grenade into Coinbase's headquarters, calling their fees asinine. As many have pointed out, Coinbase makes most of their money on fees. So this would be a major problem if they could no longer collect them, or if zero fees becomes the new trend in buying and selling Bitcoin. Josh Shigala, what do you think of Jack Mallers and his throwing a grenade at Coinbase?
I really like Jack. I think he's a great guy. I don't mean this with any offense, but I like my Bitcoin exchanges to be very profitable, because it's very profitable to run away with everyone's Bitcoins or to not pay your security well because you're running out. The thing is, Jack Mallers is very well funded. So this is usually how these sorts of things happen, where they get in venture capital money to basically subsidize all of those costs, and then they'll hit you when those venture VCs want to get paid. So eventually they'll have to charge something, and there'll be a hidden cost somewhere. And as the old saying goes, if it's free, then you're the product. Keep that in mind too. Look, if you're buying Bitcoin, anyone that has bought over the last 12 years, apart from maybe since, if you've bought before Coinbase listed, basically, because that's when it crashed after that. But any time before that, and you've made a ton of money. So that little percentage that you paid the exchange to buy that Bitcoin, don't even worry about it. Just eat that, because it's fine. I think what Mallers should really focus on is a beautiful grandma-friendly use case. Charge a little fee. And that's fine, because otherwise it's a race to the bottom, and it also destroys a lot of the other startups in this space that are trying. So, I think a little bit of fees, okay. It makes sure that the staff are being paid, and make sure there's a secure exchange. I've seen too many exchanges in this game try the free card and then either get hacked, which is usually in sort of a word for they hacked themselves and pulled the rug under everyone, or they basically couldn't afford the lawyers and the regulators, or they ended up charging way too much because they get overtaken by VC, or they get bought out. But yeah, Mallers, I'm not a big fan in Bitcoin of the freemium model.
Ben Ark, I've got a zero fee exchange to sell you.
How are they? I don't even know how are they doing it. Is it Lightning stuff? If they're using Lightning to, I don't know, give these free fees. I mean, for a long time, it's been fairly obvious that Coinbase aren't that technologically competent when it comes to Bitcoin. So perhaps there are some much better ways of doing this. And the team, the Zap team, Mr. Felton and Jack Mallers, and I can't remember the names of the other ones. They're all very capable people who understand Bitcoin very well. So I'm sure they're able to make a more streamlined service, and that's how they're able to bring those fees down. Well, I hope. And then, like Josh's worst fear, that you then become the product. I hope that's not true. But I mean, it's a good move. Coinbase, they've had the monopoly for so long. And again, to reiterate what Josh said, I do hope that this isn't just an old-fashioned premium model, which we've seen before with exchanges. I hope this is something more. I need to look into it. I haven't read up enough on it really. But yeah, I mean, I wish them all the best, and hopefully this will take some of that market share away from awful Coinbase.
Jack Mallers has also challenged Brian Armstrong to basketball. Dan Eve, do you think Jack Mallers could take him?
Well, I always like to see, like, Jack take on the bean. Oh no, that's the wrong one. David and the Goliath. If Jack did take on a beanstalk, that's also good. But no, I think it's great challenging these larger companies with a huge share. You want to see, you don't want to see a monopoly, and obviously Coinbase are kind of a bit hated in the Bitcoin world. So there is a race to zero fees, as the article said. And competition is good if they can do it technically, and you're not the product, then why not do it? It only makes sense. I mean, and even it wouldn't be crazy if say in the UK, for example, there's a stamp duty on stocks. And like, so it'd be interesting to see if the UK sort of they legalized it and made you pay a stamp duty at the point of sale, and then that would be better than even though tax is shit, that'd be better than capital gains and that sort of stuff. But yep, zero fees would be cool, as long as you aren't the product.
Well, everyone knows you don't have to pay taxes anymore. All you need to do is keep 2 spreadsheets. Yes, 2 sets of books. Martine Wismar, your thoughts on zero fee Bitcoin exchanges?
I personally thought the article was a bit misleading. It was listed on NASDAQ.com, but it felt more like an advertorial. It was all, Strike will not charge you. But if you read, the entire article, it will say that Strike is not even touching the money. So it's all done via this Nevada-based trust company who does everything. They touch the money, they do all the AML KYC. So it's easy for Strike to say, well, we're charging zero fees, but they don't even touch the Bitcoin. I mean, they're just, the guys haven't been interviewed really. They should go interview this Prime Trust CEO, Scott Purcell, and not the 27-year-old CEO of the payment processor. So I agree with Josh. There's no such thing as a free lunch, and eventually once the Nevada-based trust company gets all the transactions, they will raise fees. It's not that they will remove all fees once they get the major chunk of the market. It's like Gmail. It was for free for a long time until you ran out of space, and then it was free for another 10 years, and then they started charging you for space. So I don't believe in free. There's lots of costs associated with doing all the AML KYC, verifying all the transactions, all compliancy officers that basically don't add anything to a company. They're just there for compliancy reasons. So that they cost money, and pretending that it can be all frictionless like Bitcoin was intended is just a bunch of bullshit, to be honest. Can I say that on the show, or will we get defunded by YouTube if we say that?
It might get bleeped, but now it's Adam McBride's turn to tell us about those rascals and their free services trying to give everyone Bitcoin.
This is just
altruistic nonsense.
Nonsense. It's nonsense. And what it actually is, it's just smart marketing. This is marketing 101. You give it away for free. You call out your competitor like your competitor's an evil, greedy guy. And you get free press. Honestly, I'd never even heard of Strike until this article started getting passed around. I've never even heard of it, right? So yeah, it's just smart marketing. They got to find a way to make money later, as Josh pointed out. Look, they have VC funding. They can just go on, do it for free for a long time. Eventually, they'll have to make money. But I look at it as just it's smart marketing.
Yeah, when I was in primary school, and the bullies were picking on me and stuff, and a friend of mine's father said, "Josh, you know what you do? You go up to the biggest bully and you smack him right in the mouth, and then they'll all leave you alone." And that's kind of like Jack Bauer going straight up to Coinbase. Yeah. Going, we're free. They're all a bunch of ripoffs. Boom. And then,
exactly. And I'll challenge you in basketball too. Whatever. And I'm surprised they're not doing a cage match,
Well, Jack's exactly a pretty small dude. I'm surprised he picked basketball. But I like Jack.
He's in trouble. Brian really has.
If you're watching, Jack,
yeah.
I wish you all the best, man.
It is great marketing. It really got the community behind them, and he could all wave their flags. They love to hate Coinbase. So yeah, let's celebrate that part of it.